Hello, my name is Mohammad Zahiruddin and I will introduce our dataset and conclude our finding later on. The title for this assignment is Lifestyle and Wellbeing. The aim of this group assignment is to analyze how our daily routine affect our body health, mental health, personal growth, social connection, and how content we are with our life. The dataset contains 24 attributes and the survey has 12,228 respondents. The respondent age can be grouped as follows. The largest age group is 21 to 35 years old and the smallest age group is 20 or younger. The attribute from the survey can be split into 5 categories, which is physical, mental, connection, meaning, and expertise. Physical attribute is the attribute that will affect our body health, such as fruit and vegetable intake, daily walking steps, BMI range, and sleep hours. These are the attributes that will affect our mental health, which is daily stress, yearly lost vacation, daily shouting, ability to feel immersed, and weekly meditation. The next group is connection. It indicates how much we can connect with people around us. The 4 attributes is core circle, social network, supporting others, and place visited. The meaning group is to evaluate whether someone have a reason to live or not. The 3 attributes in this group is time for passion, donation, and life vision. The last group is expertise. It measures how productive someone is and how successful their life is. The 4 attributes in this group is to do complete, achievement, personal award, and sufficient income. Finally, based on all of the attributes, a work-life balance score will be calculated. A poor work-life balance score is below 550 and an excellent life score is over 700. In this analysis, there is 4 main topics, which is the relation between rest, stress, and productivity, the relation between achievement and social well-being, the relation between vacation, travel, and stress, and finally, the relation between work and life balance score with other attributes. Now, I will pass to Shie Chow. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shie Chow. I'm gonna present about the first page of the dashboard. The first dashboard is about the relationship of rest, stress, and productivity. In this dashboard, we will discuss about the basics of how rest and good relationships affect stress and productivity. First off, there's 5 input boxes which will give different output based on the input changes. The age box will allow us to change to a specific view of certain age group. Sleep hours scales from 1 hours to 10 hours of sleeping. Weekly meditation, which means relaxing activity, scales from 0 times to 10 times. Place visited column represent how many places that people visit in a year. Core circle is the number of close relationships like friends and family that one person has. It varies from 0 to 9. There's 3 charts that represent the output. The major one is about the daily stress level. The second chart shows the amount of places visited. The third chart shows how well the weekly to-do list was completed. All of these charts will be further split into male and female. Now let's start with the demonstration of the dashboard with some condition. The first one is people with the least hours of sleep, which is 1 hour. People with 1 hours of sleep, majority of them suffer from high level of stress, which is 5. This causes them to have no time to visit places as well as complete anything on their to-do list. The second example is people with moderate sleep time, 5 hours. This should be the most common sleep time for adults. Compared to the previous result, the stress level is still high, but they show better result in the second and the third chart. That means that they have more free time to visit places as well as complete some of their weekly to-do list. The third example shows the optimal sleep time of 8 hours. From the graph, it can be seen that a lot of people are having lesser stress level when compared to the previous example. The number of places visited shows an increase in number. The average number of tasks completed show an increase, which resulted in 6.09. If sleep hours go past 8 hours until 10 hours, the amount of people suffer from high stress got increased compared to optimum sleep time. Less place was visited as well as completed tasks was not that well completed. Next, when weekly meditation is at the lower side, the daily stress level was on the high side, 3 to 5. If weekly meditation was done more than 5 times, the daily stress level resulted at the lower side. Now we look into the core circle column. Lower number of core circle resulted in higher number of people having higher level of stress, while higher number of core circle resulted in higher number of people having low daily stress level. In conclusion, Based on all the examples above, we can see that sleep and reading meditation as well as core circle make a hard impact on the daily stress level of people, which indirectly affects their free time and motivation to visit places and complete their weekly to-do list. Thus, in order to complete more tasks and have free time to visit places, we should have sleep within the optimum time, having weekly meditation as well as interact with our close friends and family.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Ashraf bin Mohammad Abdullah, and I will be presenting the achievement and social well-being between male and females. First off, there are three things that will be controlled: the amount of stress a person experiences on a daily basis, whether or not a person has thought out their life goals, and the amount of time a person would spend on things that they are passionate about. The outcomes are how often a person would shout towards another person within a week. Next are the achievements or personal awards that a person gets in a year. And finally, the to-do list where it shows how well a person fared in his weekly goals. For the purpose of this analysis, I will use all the age groups available. Now, let's assume that people have less stress. We will give this a range of 0 to 1. Then they have a range of 0 to 3 of years of life vision and a range of 0 to 7 hours of time for passion. We can see that there are more than 200 males and around 140 females who would shout at least once in their week towards another person. And the graph goes down as the amount of shouting increases. Next is their personal awards and weekly to-do lists. As shown in the graph, both male and female with 5 personal awards have the highest and average of 70 people manage to get 6 to 8 awards in their lives. Moreover, more than 50 people are able to do 5 to 9 things in a week. This time, let's look at the outcome when a person has high chance of immense stressing out. I will put the range from 0 to 5, no life vision at all, and hardly any time for passion, with a range of 0 to 2. Unsurprisingly, the amount of people who would shout at least once is still high, but this time, the amount of people who would shout twice has increased as well, for 3 to 5, 7 and 9 times. The amount of female shouting is higher than males. Moving on to the personal awards and weekly to-do list. For personal awards, it is seen that females have a higher count and every amount of awards except for 0, 1, 2, 7 and 9 awards. For the weekly to-do list, males are able to do what they want up to 3 times, whereas females dominate every other count except for 5. In conclusion, the impact of stress goes a long way, and it affects males and females differently. From the data, we can see that stress affects males in a way that their motivation to do anything is stumped. As for females, they are able to achieve higher results in spite of having high stress. That is all from me.
Hi there. My name is Mohammad Naim Nohan, and I will be presenting on the analysis of the number of places visited and vacation days lost that affects the daily stress of the selected groups. So for graph 1, we have the average of daily stress, days of vacation loss, and numbers of places visited. So for graph 2, we have the data separated by each group, and for graph 3, we have the daily stress data of selected genders. So in this analysis, there will be 5 controllable elements that will dictate the output displayed. So the first element is gender. The second element is the amount of stress daily. The third element is the places visited. The fourth element is the number of days that a vacation is lost. The last element is age, which consists of 4 targeted age groups. So by default, the numbers of males and females that contribute to the data for daily stress are the same, being 6,114 for both genders. So the gender element selection shows that the female shows a higher head count in the higher part of the rate in the data of daily stress scaling from 0 until 5 compared to their counterparts by considering all the age group. So from the rate of 0 up until 2, for the daily stress, females had less head counts compared to the males, but from the scale of 3 until 5, females shows the opposite patterns that the previous in terms of head count compared to the male. So if we were to consider the age group, the age of 21 to 35 shows the most significant contribution to the data of daily stress data. It shows the same exact pattern as the default analysis for the females and males, just with a different head counts. So next, going with the best case scenario. So for the best case scenario, with vacation days lost being the lowest and the places visited being the maximum value, the number of daily stress shows that the females portray a similar pattern with the previous analysis, but with a slight changes as females still display a lower head count in the lower part of the daily stress on a scale of 0 until 1, but possess a higher head count compared to a male in the higher rate of daily stress from 2 until 5. So in summary, the higher the number of places visited and the lower the number of days lost for the selected groups, the lower the amount of daily stress experienced daily for both females and males. Besides that, females tend to show a higher head counts on the higher part of the daily stress scale compared to the male.
Hi, my name is Jannah. I will present my analysis about work and life balance. So the input for this page is work and life balance score. It will be used to filter people with a specific range of work and life score, and all of other habit or daily action will be output for this page lah. So this graph show that how the sufficient income affect work and life balance. Next is this radar chart show how successful and productive people is, and the second radar will be show how stressful and tiring is their life is. Move to the next, we are going to analyze why people have poor work and life balance. What causes poor work-life balance? So the first graph shows that having no sufficient income will contribute to having a poor work-life balance. The second graph shows how people with less to do complete, less core circle, less supporting others, and less personal award will have low achievement to be success. This shows that people with less complete to do have poor work and life balance. So the third graph shows no time for patient with high level of stress, high level of shouting, and lot of lost vacation days due to poor work and life balance. For normal work and life balance, our daily stress will be average and the average achievement count will increase 3 out of 10. And the second graph shows people with life vision, supportive friends and family, personal award will have more achievement compared to who don't have. And the second graph shows that people with normal work-life balance will have lower daily shouting and daily stress. And they achieve a normal work-life balance because they have time for their patient, weekly meditation, and having their own vacation. And the last is this first graph show 92% people with sufficient income will have a better work and life balance score and will have an average stress. Then the second graph show is in comparison to people with normal work and life balance. If you have a clear life vision, support more people around you, having a good relationship with family members and friends, and socialize more, you will have a better life and work balance score. So the third graph shows people with excellent work and life balance can reduce daily stress and daily shouting. They will have more time for patient and weekly meditation. In conclusion, people without sufficient income will have a poor work and life balance since we struggle to make the end meet. And even though having a sufficient income is really helpful to have an excellent work and life balance, it is not the only factor. So another major contributing factor is having a positive friends and family, having a patient and life vision, and then we get enough rest, enough travel, enough vacation to keep productivity level high lah. And then the last one, having a weekly self-reflection will have to improve work and life balance too.
Hello, Zahiruddin here. I will summarize our research and analysis. Two main attributes that I will discuss is stress level and work-life balance score. We can conclude that female generally stress more and shout more compared to male. But when stressed, male productivity reduced significantly while female productivity is still high. Generally, having low stress level translates to high motivation and high productivity. Stress level can be reduced by having weekly meditation session, having supportive close family and friend, use more vacation day, travel more and getting enough sleep. Note that having too much sleep or too less sleep result in higher stress level. Next, work-life balance score is an indicator whether someone is working too much or enjoying their life too much, or maybe somewhere in between. High work-life balance score means a person can balance between their work and their life. Things that will improve work-life balance score is having sufficient income. This is because people with enough income don't need to have a second or third job. With that being said, it's not the only factor. Some other attribute that could improve work-life balance score is positive people around us, having passion, having life vision, and having weekly self-reflection session. Other than that, high productivity do translate into better work and life balance score. That's all I can conclude. Thank you.